Hey guys, welcome back to another Clash Royale video. Today I want to share with you this fast cycling giant Hog Rider deck. Now I'm not too sure who invented it, but a couple people in my clan were talking about it this morning and I wanted to give it a shot. Now if you take a look at TV Royale here, you can see a couple people using it. It's definitely been rising in popularity over the past couple of weeks. You can see one right there going down here. You can see a couple more down here. Now they do use the log instead of the Ice Spirit. I'm using the Ice Spirit in my deck here. I did try out the log version, but it just really wasn't working for me, so I ended up switching the log out for the Ice Spirit. I've been doing okay since then. So there's the deck itself, guys. Let's go ahead here and take a look at one replay. Then we'll finish off with some live battles. Alright, here we go, facing off against a Golem Elite Barbarian Elixir Collector deck, which is a very popular and very powerful strategy. Now, one thing I do want to say about this Hog Rider Giant deck is there is a bit of a learning curve involved before you find success with the deck. It's a pretty unique strategy with a unique playstyle. It tries to combine some faster cycling cards with a Hog Rider deck, with a giant beatdown deck, and it does lack a real heavy-hitting defensive card or defensive tower. So like I said, there is a bit of a learning curve involved. So if you guys pick up the deck and don't have immediate success, don't give up too early. I think this morning I lost about 7 or 8 battles in a row against clan members when I was practicing with the deck before I started to get a hang of the deck. And I also want to give a shout out to my clan member Jamon for taking time out of his day to help me understand this deck. Now the main strategy of this deck is to force elixir spent on defense on your opponent's side with one of your tanks, then going in the opposite lane with the other tank. So for example, doing a giant beatdown push behind your king tower, waiting for them to commit elixir on defense on one lane, then doing a sneaky Hog Rider push on the opposite lane. And you really have to keep the pressure up with this deck because, like I said before, it does lack a real heavy-hitting defense or defensive tower. So, giant getting to the king tower there, the minions thankfully finishing off the Elite Barbarian, which allowed them to go on and finish off the tower. Gonna go ahead and use the Hog Rider as well to just keep the pressure up. And the giant actually ends up tanking for the Hog Rider, allowing the Hog Rider to do about 1,500 damage to the king tower, bringing it all the way down to 3,000 health. Now, he's coming back here with a Musketeer. I do hit 10 Elixir here pretty soon, so I'm going to go ahead and use the Fireball to finish off that pump on the left-hand side, because against a beatdown Elixir pump deck, you really want to try and prevent them from getting up multiple pumps by the time the double Elixir period hits. Now, I'm going to go ahead here, use 1 Elixir Skeletons to counter a Musketeer. Pretty decent Elixir trade right there, 1 for 4. Now, he starts setting up a Golem push on the right-hand side. Like I said before, this deck lacks a real heavy-hitting defensive card, so you want to keep the pressure up. So as soon as I see him using the Golem on the right-hand side, I'm going to do an immediate counter push on the opposite lane and force him to spend Elixir defending his other tower instead of reinforcing his Golem push. So Ice Spirit, Skeletons, and Musketeer defending the left-hand lane from the Elite Barbarians. Giant going down to distract his Musketeer as well as his Mega Minion there, allowing my minions to finish off his support cards, and only the Golem is on the tower. Now, you do notice that I do ignore the Elite Barbarians on the left-hand side because I can soak up a bit of damage there with only 30 seconds left. I want to kind of hold out for the victory here. So instead of spending Elixir defending the left-hand tower and then getting overrun on the right-hand side, I use the health on my tower on the left-hand side maybe as like an Elixir bar, and I save the Elixir for defense on the right-hand side. So right there, Giant once again distracting all of his support troops, allowing my support troops to take them out. And with only 9 seconds left, my opponent actually gives up right here. I'm going to go in pretty aggressive and try and finish off his other tower for a 2 crown, but unfortunately there just isn't enough time left. So there we go, guys, getting that 1 crown victory. Let's go ahead here and do some live battles. Alright, here we go, guys. Give this deck a shot. Now, it is kind of difficult to use, as I mentioned before. It definitely has a steep learning curve to it, but once you kind of get the hang of it, you can start doing pretty well with it. So let's see here. I want to do the Giant as an opening move. I should have pushed the opposite lane as the Giant Skeleton, because the Giant Skeleton will kill the support troops behind the Giant. But you know what? We're going to take it out anyway, so let's see here. Wait for it. Wait for it, and I will do a Musketeer right here. Whoa! Man! Those are some high barbarians, dude. Alright, so the Giant should distract most of that stuff. The Musketeer will finish up. Thankfully, the Barbarians will allow the Musketeer to stay out of range of the Giant Bomb. And, unfortunately, not going to target the Musketeer there, so we're going to have to use minions to finish her off. Baby Dragon will get a couple shots in, but we're going to do a quick Hog Rider push here, because I think his Barbarians are out of rotation. Let's see if we can get some work done with that. We're going to zap this, boom. One more Hog Rider hit, kill the Spear Goblins. Now the minions will be one shot by my tower. And that's how you play this deck, guys. You got to keep the pressure up. There's not really much defensive options in this deck in terms of heavy hitters or distractions, so you definitely have to keep the pressure up and make sure you're trying to always kill defensive troops so you don't have a counter push to worry about. Now, let's see here. I'm going to use a giant right behind this lane because I want to start pushing the right-hand side. And if we need to, we can pull the giant skeleton over to the right. The only problem in this battle here is a level 9 giant does go down insanely fast to max level barbarians. So that will prove troublesome for me. We're going to use an ice spirit here. Pull this guy over. I want him to come into this lane here. So there we go. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Those max barbarians doing work. Unfortunately, I wanted that musketeer to defend. But we'll get an ice spirit down here to pull the giant skeleton back. And then we'll... No, it's going to get to the tower there. But we got the musketeer in the tower anyways. You know what? Whatever. Whatever. Musketeer doing good damage there. So, his barbarians are out of rotation. Let's do this here. Get some skeletons down right there. And zap the minion horde so the tower can one-shot it afterwards. And we should be okay with the minion horde on the right. Just going to keep the pressure up here. And I want to do Giant on this lane too. The Giant is really used to kind of defend in this deck here as a distraction card. So we're going to start setting up this push right here. Do a Musketeer as well. I want to go in for the other tower there. Now, he's going to use this. So we're going to go ahead and just far up all these Barbarians. Cycle with some cards. Wait a second. Zap kill the Barbarians as well. Never mind. Whoa. Destruct. There we go. Kill that. Yes, thank you. Giant skeleton dying. Not getting to the tower, I don't think. Now we're going to do a quick Hog Rider minions push there. There we go. We're going to zap this. That should kill the minions. And the Hog Rider should finish the tower off. And we should have a GG right there, guys. There we go. Good game to my friend Jeff up top there. Barely squeaking out with a win. But honestly, one bad play against that giant skeleton earlier on kind of set me back. But we were still able to get her done, guys. There we go. A Ray David. Now, there's two main ways to play with this deck, guys. Split lane pushing and counter pushing. You want to win a defense and then counter push with the giant to support your defensive troops. Or do a slow giant push, and when they commit a defense on one lane, then you do a sneaky Hog Rider on the opposite lane to get some work done. I want to kind of fireball these archers here. Yes, got the skeletons in there as well. We're going to zap the skeletons, go really aggressive with this push. We're going to get some decent damage done. We also kill the knight. So he shouldn't have to worry about the knight as well on defense. Let's go skeletons. And there we go. There we go. Kill them. There we go. Goblin's dead, guys. I said there we go like 6,000 times. But it's all good. Now, archers will kill the minions. For sure. But if we can kill the archers, that's an equal trade right there. So now we don't even have to worry about archers. And that's kind of where this deck gets its strength from, is forcing your opponent to spend elixir constantly and not having any defensive troops on a counter push to show for it. So I'm going to go ahead and do a slow giant push right here, and then we can go ahead and do a musketeer behind the giant, and then if he commits a defense on that lane, we'll go ahead and this is the great thing, guys. Slow push in the same lane that they push allows you to spend elixir defending yourself and then set up a counter push from there. So we're going to hold back a second, and I want to do a sneaky Hog Rider on this lane with an Ice Spirit to see what he does. How does he... Oh, we definitely got to zap this. Boom. Yes. Now, I want to use minions and skeletons to distract these barbarians here. Pull the barbarians over with some skeletons. Minions should take them out pretty quickly. There we go, guys. Look at that. And the giant's still doing work on the left-hand side. Ray David. Sir, we have a problem here. So, Musketeer will kill the goblins. I could have used the fireball there, but I wanted to use the Musketeer because she will force counter pressure for an equal elixir cost, whereas the fireball would not. So, by using the Musketeer, we're forcing a knight out of his card rotation. Let's go ahead and do giant here. He might do miner. There we go. I was waiting for the miner. I figured he might be doing it, and he did. Now, I want to use the Musketeer on this side because I want to use a Hog Rider for a counter push on this side as well. And we'll have the Zap ready for a Skarmy. Does he do Skarmy? Yes, he does. There we go. Boom. And there we go, guys. Forcing him to spend elixir on the left-hand side. Getting a Hog Rider in on the right-hand side. The skeleton should distract this Goblin Barrel pretty well. There we go. Now we'll do a quick Hog Rider push right here. He might do Elite Barbarians, but honestly, with a Zap, we should be able to do work to the E-Barb. So, Musketeer will finish off the Miner. We'll zap the Skarmy right there, and boom, we have a one-tower lead with this other tower down to 850 health. So, honestly, we might be able to even go in for... Actually, you know what? I don't... It's risky. I don't really want to... you know what? Let's do it, guys. Let's do it right here. Gonna go in for the other tower right here. Zap for the Skarmy. Where's your Skarmy? Zap. Boom. Alrighty, alrighty. Let's go minions for the Skarmy. He might do Elite Barbarians. We'll do Skeletons for the Miner, though. Distract that Miner. Get a Giant up in here. And a Hog Rider on the left-hand side right here. Should be able to finish it off fairly quickly. Ice Spirit for the Archers. And he's got nothing there, guys. There we go. So it's almost a good thing that we allowed him to take out the tower on the left, because now we have a 2-crown victory versus a 1-crown. So good game to my friend Ray David. But once you get the hang of this deck, you see the potential of it. We'll finish the video off with one more battle, guys. When I first picked it up, like I said before, I lost so many battles in a row with this deck, but kind of getting the hang of it right now. Still learning a bit. Still having troubles against certain decks, Lava Hound decks especially, and these Royal Giant decks do give me some troubles because the Royal Giant just does so much work versus my cards. Let's do a quick Hog Rider here to support this Musketeer. You might have the Barbarians though. We'll zap the Minion Horde. That'll allow the Musketeer to do some work and the Hog Rider to get 1 extra hit. And now we don't have minions. Like, I would have needed to use the Zap spell anyways on that Minion Horde on defense, so I might as well use it on offense to allow the Hog Rider to get an extra hit in there. But he's dropping the good luck bombs. Good luck to you as well, sir. Now, I think he's got Barbarians in his deck because most Royal Giant users do use Barbarians as well. So we're going to do a slow Giant push right here, expecting another Royal Giant here shortly. But the fact that he just used a Spear Goblin Hut in the same lane is good, because we can defend it and counter push at the same time. So let's go in with one of these. There we go. And I kind of want to do minions here with a quick counter push Hog Rider there. We'll use an Ice Spirit as well in case he does Minion Horde. Then we can zap the Minion Horde down. Now he's got Barbarians. Okay, as I said before, most Royal Giant users do have Barbarians. But look at this, guys. We got minions on the tower right there doing the work. We're going to fireball these Barbarians. I didn't want to because I feel like he's got a Royal Giant ready to go, locked and loaded on the right-hand side. But taking out the Barbarian Hut as well, not too bad, not too bad. Spear Goblin, please go in front. Yes! Spear Goblin dying in front. Thank you. Alright, let's defend this. Let's defend this Barbarian right there. Okay, so let's go this and this. Kill the RG. Please, gonna arrows the minions. I'm not gonna use the Ice Spirit yet. But as you can see how much damage a Royal Giant does by just using it right at the bridge. Let's see here. So as Royal Giant is out of rotation, we'll go Giant on this lane. And we're going to do the same thing as last time. I want to do Giant to force Elixir Commitment on the right side. And we'll go in on the left-hand side with a Hog Rider. I want to do Hog Rider pre-fireball, though. Risky. Yes. Zap kill. No, see, that's the biggest problem right there, guys, that I'm having with this deck. My Fireball isn't level 9. If my Fireball was level 9 to counter those Barbarians, the Hog Rider would survive much longer and do way more work. So definitely one of my weaknesses right now is that Fireball being level 8. But you might actually lose because of that Fireball right there, not killing those Barbarians. Because that tower would easily be really low if it wasn't. Oh no! Alright, guys. I wanted that Musketeer to survive, but it didn't. It didn't, guys. So he's definitely gonna win this right here, for sure. Good game, sir. He played well. He played well. I think if my Fireball would have killed the Barbarians there, we could be pushing the left-hand side right now for the win. Let's go in with this. Alright, good game, sir. So, 1 loss, guys, 2 wins. Like I said before, Royal Giant is giving me some problems with this deck. Still kind of learning how to counter it. But I think having a Fireball 1 level higher would definitely help out. Because a level 8 Fireball is balanced against level 10 Barbarians. Having those level 12 Barbarians not die to Fireball Zap combo definitely giving me problems. But there we go, guys. There's the deck one more time if you want to go ahead and copy it. Like I said before, the Ice Spirit can be switched out for a Log if you want to, and the Skeletons can be switched out for even Guards if you want stronger defense. But anyways, guys, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for some more Clash Royale content. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We will see you in the next one.